Hey, this is Alex and I'm here in the ancient Roman Forum in Rome, Italy. And today I'm going to talk about framing. So framing is a very powerful marketing and sales technique that you can use to improve your marketing and sales basically. It's a technique that has been known for many years and has been used in advertisements for many decades, if not longer. So framing basically means that what you hear is not the same for everyone, and it's not the same if you explain it different ways. So it's not about what you hear, but how it is explained. For example, they did a test, a scientific study, and what they did was they asked participants, okay, how fast is a car traveling? First they said the car is driving down the street. And people were like, okay, the car is going a certain amount of miles per hour. And then they reworded it. They said the car is racing down the street. And the car is essentially doing the same thing, it's driving down the street. But because it's been said differently, the participants said the car is going much faster. So this is a very simple example of framing and a very simple scientific study that they did. And that explains framing in the most simple way that I know how to explain it. You can say something differently. It means the same thing, but for different people, it means something else. So for me, a car racing, it can mean 120 miles an hour. For someone else, it can be 150 miles an hour. And it's an ambiguous term. So framing can be applied to many things. So basically, when someone's buying something and you're selling something, they are initially focused on, okay, what is the price and what am I going to get, right? So if you just answer those questions, well, you pay $10 and you're going to get this phone, then it's okay, it's a very clear transaction. However, if you use framing, then you can get a lot more money for the same phone. Basically, you need to know what it is that the phone means to them. So here's a common example of how framing is used in sales. For example, good salespeople, they will avoid certain words in their sales process, in their sales script. For example, they will not say cost, and they will not say expense, and they will not say you will pay. They use a different term. They use the term invest. What does this imply? Because they're still paying money. The buyer will still pay money and it still costs money. But if you frame it as an investment, that means that you're investing in something and you're going to get more value out of it than you put in. What does this do? It reframes the transaction as if it's in the favor of the buyer. And ultimately, we're emotional creatures and we don't make logical decisions when we're buying, even though a lot of people like to believe that they are. But I'm sorry, guys, if you've been in sales for long enough, people are not logical creatures. We make emotional decisions. So framing helps with that. If you reframe things and make it into something emotional, that is a second technique in framing that is very commonly used. So instead of talking about the very logical reasons for buying and all the benefits and features, what you can focus on is what it means to that person in their life and how it will feel to own an item. What this does is, because you're reframing it from a point of view of, okay, this is not just a transaction, this is actually something to change your life and make you feel a certain way. How much value would people attribute to that? It's priceless, right? Well, it's not priceless. People, they'll not pay you an infinite amount of money, but they'll pay you a lot more for the same thing, basically. Another example of framing is when you get someone to sign a contract. How do you get someone to sign a contract? You can put the contract on the table and say, sign this, and that means you will have, you're committing to all these things, right? It sounds very scary, and of course it is scary. People have they associate bad things happening to signing contracts. However, if you put that piece of paper under their nose and you hand them a pen and you say, could you please fill this in? Then it's not as threatening. You're just reframing something into you're just filling it in instead of making it all scary. And the less fear you trigger in someone when in a sales process or they're buying from your sales page or sales video, the more likely they are to buy. So these are techniques that have been used for many decades. There's many more. There's different emotions that are being attached to different brands. For example, if you go look at L'Oreal, it's you're worth it. it plays into a lot of biases and a lot of ideas and a lot of thoughts that women have about their own body and about how they feel about themselves, and it reframes it in a positive way. So that's just one example out of really thousands and thousands of examples in marketing and sales. What are some of your examples? How have you used framing in your business, or how have you seen it being used in marketing in the past year or so? Let me know in the comments below. And if you have any questions, also let me know. And if you like this video, if the content resonates with you, please thumbs up and share it on Facebook. If you like more free videos and daily updates when I upload my videos, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.